Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, man United. The Victor Gyökeres transfer saga is heating up, with Arsenal reportedly entering direct talks to bring the prolific Swede to the Emirates. After bagging a staggering 54 goals for Sporting CP last season, the 27-year-old striker has become one of Europe's hottest properties, and now the Gunners are stepping up their bid to land him. A meeting between Gyökeres' agent and Arsenal's ownership signals a new phase in negotiations, though Manchester United and a potential Amorim reunion still loom as serious competition. With the striker said to be willing to go on strike to force a move and a 60 million price tag in sight, the summer battle for Gyökeres is officially on. Victor Gyökeres remains a Sporting CP player for the time being, but Arsenal are stepping up their pursuit. A representative for the Sweden international has met with the Gunners' ownership, it has been claimed, but fellow suitors, Manchester United, can't yet be ruled out. Gyökeres starred for Sporting over the past two campaigns and scored twice as many goals as any other player in last season's Primera Liga. He is one of two men high on Arsenal's shipping list, along with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, as Mikel Arteta's team chases an elusive title after three successive runner-up finishes. Arsenal can offer the former Coventry City hotshot a chance to play for a Champions League contender, with Arteta having led his team to the semi-finals last season. Premier League rivals United can't match that, but they could yet tempt Gyökeres with a reunion with former Sporting boss Ruben Amorim in Manchester. Now, according to Portuguese outlet Record, Gyökeres' representative Hassan Tetinkaya has met with Arsenal's owners. The publication describes the meeting as the start of a new phase in negotiations and anticipates a formal proposal. The same outlet makes reference to comments from Sporting president Frederico Varandas that as of Wednesday morning, a formal offer from Arsenal had yet to arrive. It also points to reports elsewhere on the continent that United remain keen on a deal and have remained in contact with representatives for Gyökeres. Gyökeres has a significant release clause in his contract, but suitors might not need to meet it, despite his impressive return of 54 goals in 52 games this season. Back in April, it was claimed that around £60 million should be enough to land the Scandinavian. That number comes down to a reported agreement between the player and his current club. Gyökeres is even said to be prepared to go on strike to force through a move, amid reports Sporting are keen to hold out for £67. The 27-year-old frontman is also the subject of interest from the Saudi Pro League, but is believed to favour Champions League football with Arsenal. He scored 6 times in 8 appearances in the competition in the 2024-25 season, including a hat-trick in a famous win for Sporting against Manchester City. Gyökeres also found some goal-scoring form for Sweden in the most recent UEFA Nations League campaign, scoring 9 goals in just 6 outings. He withdrew from his country's squad for June's friendly matches though, as did a number of Premier League players including Alexander Isak and Anthony Elanga. Sporting CP president Frederico Varandas has hit back at growing pressure to sell star striker Victor Gyökeres, insisting the club won't be bullied into a cut price deal. Amid reports the Swedish forward is ready to go on strike over a perceived broken promise regarding his transfer fee, Varandas set the record straight. No official bids have arrived and no £60 million deal was ever guaranteed. With Premier League giants Arsenal and Manchester United circling, the standoff between Sporting and Gyökeres' camp is turning toxic and Varandas is standing firm. Sporting CP president Frederico Varandas has claimed that blackmail and threats will not force him to agree to a transfer for Victor Gyökeres. It has been said that the forward is willing to go on strike after he believed the club had went back on their word over the fee they were willing to accept for a move. Gyökeres has drawn interest from across Europe and the Saudi Pro League, with Arsenal and Manchester United among contenders for his signature. The 27-year-old is thought to prefer a move to the Premier League, but Varandas has denied he agreed to allow Gyökeres to leave if an offer reaching £60 million arrived for the Swedish striker. And the president has suggested there has yet to be an offer on the table for his prize asset, despite him hitting more than 50 goals last term. One thing you should already know is me better, said Varandas per record. Threats, blackmail and insults don't work with me. I can guarantee that Victor Gyökeres will not leave for 60 than 51 plus 8.5 band because I never promised him that. This game that the agent is playing only makes the situation worse. To this day, Sporting has not had an offer for Victor Gyökeres, neither today nor last season. It was agreed that Sporting would not demand the release clause at the end of the following season, especially because he was going to be 27. Then we knew Victor's dream of going to a club where he could fight for the Champions League, and we have common sense. We guaranteed that we would not demand £100. In that meeting, the agent wanted to anchor the departure to a value. He spoke of 60 million, 70. And I said, there's no point in setting a value because I don't know what will happen here in a year. If he gets injured, if he has a disappointing season, there's no point in setting a value. I don't know if it will be 14, 16 or 18, 34, 51 or 68. What I can guarantee is that I will not demand £100 sums. From then on, I never spoke to the agent again. I never spoke to the player about departures and values. 10 months have passed and I see the agent in the press spouting information here and there, but Sporting has common sense. It keeps its word. The president of Sporting said that the club would not demand the clause and that we would adjust the value to Victor's performance. He was one of the best players ever to step on the pitch in Portugal. Once hailed as Manchester United's next great hope, Mason Greenwood has found redemption and recognition far from Old Trafford, lighting up League One with Marseille and finishing joint top scorer alongside Ousmane Dembélé. The 22-year-old has earned high praise from teammate Adrien Rabiot, who believes Greenwood could have been England's Bellingham if not for the controversies that stalled his rise. As Greenwood rebuilds his career in France and eyes a potential international switch to Jamaica, the question remains, how far could he still go and what might have been? Former Manchester United starlet Mason Greenwood has been praised by Marseille teammate Adrien Rabiot. The Frenchman claims Greenwood could have been like Jude Bellingham in regards to stardom. Having emerged from the Red Devils academy system, Bradford-born Greenwood swiftly made an impression under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and became the club's youngest European goal scorer at the age of just 17. In October 2022, Greenwood was charged with attempted rape, assault occasioning actual bodily harm and controlling and coercive behaviour. The UK's Crown Prosecution Service later discontinued these proceedings and all charges were dropped in 2023. Greenwood was suspended by United after his arrest and was sent out on loan to Getafe that year. A year later, he made the permanent switch to Marseille. In League One, Greenwood has flourished, scoring 21 goals to tie with PSG's Ballon d'Or contender Ousmane Dembélé atop the goal-scoring standings, though some of his antics haven't gone down well with the club's fan base. His peer in France, Rabiot, has now claimed that Greenwood is an exceptional talent and that he could have had a brand image like revered England and Real Madrid star Bellingham. Mason is an incredible player, Rabiot told The Athletic. If he hadn't had all of his problems, I think he'd have an image like Jude Bellingham. Mason would be the star. Because he's an exceptional player, he can score with his right foot and his left foot, he has an exceptional shot, and he can dribble. We're very lucky to have him. When he's really focused, he does really great things. Roberto De Zerbi's Marseille finished as distant League One runners-up this season and have therefore qualified for the Champions League. Greenwood aided massively in these efforts, though it has been made clear that he has little chance of being named in an England squad again, having made his debut and sole appearance in 2020. Bellingham, the subject of Rabiot's comparison, however, is talismanic for his country at the age of 21, 2 years younger than former Red Devil Greenwood. Steve McLaren, who endured a short-lived stint at the helm of the Three Lions from 2006 to 2007, has been trying to tempt Greenwood into switching international allegiances to Jamaica, whom he now coaches. As per conditions set by FIFA, players can switch international allegiances if they have not played in more than 3 competitive matches for a senior national side before turning 21. Greenwood only kitted out once for England in a 2020 UEFA Nations League match against Iceland and is therefore eligible to switch to the Reggae Boys if he pleases. We are in contact all the time with him, Greenwood, and his family, admitted Jamaica manager McLaren, who took up his current position in 2015 before, I am very confident he only wants to play for Jamaica. It is up to him when he moves forward with that. The ball is in his court.